Breaking news in Janesville on this Friday morning. We are live gathering information about 2 people found dead overnight.
And we are talking about the Ring of Fire, not the Johnny Cash song, but what it means for the rain chances into the weekend.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Lee Linscheid will be back on Monday morning. We start with breaking news this morning out of Rock County, where 2 people were found dead in Janesville. It happened near Kellogg Avenue and Center Avenue.
Taylor Lazenby is live this morning at the scene. She has been trying to get a hold of authorities. Taylor, what do you know?
Hey guys, that's right. Good morning. I have been trying to get a hold of authorities all morning, and they say right now there's no new information that they can give us as of yet. But of course, we're going to keep you updated on that as soon as possible. And what we do know that 2 men were found dead here at this mobile home that's near 1100 Kellogg Avenue. Police say once they arrived on the scene, they found the 2 men deceased. Now, they did say that neighbors and residents did hear gunshots earlier in that evening yesterday, but they don't know if those were related to this incident. Now, police say that this was an isolated incident, and the public is currently no longer in danger. And again, of course, guys, we are going to update you with any information as soon as we hear from the police department on this shooting. Reporting live in Janesville, Taylor Lazenby.
Thank you, Taylor. Breaking news overnight out west. Incredible video from Santa Barbara, California this morning as firefighters are trying to put out a fast-moving wildfire. It's happening in an area known as TV Hill. The CBS affiliate located right in the middle of it all. Their building had to be evacuated overnight.
And this video of that fire burning right outside the door of the TV studio. The building had to be evacuated. Besides the TV station, there are several homes in the path of this fire this morning. Firefighters say they have been able to contain about 40% of it. All right, let's check in on our rain chances here to kind of ease up on that drought that we've been experiencing. We've got some hot weather, some thunderstorms. Chris, you were talking about the Ring of Fire, though.
Yeah, sure am. This is the overall weather pattern that we're going to be looking at as we go into, well, we're dealing with it now. We're going to look at it as we go into next week as well. Here's what we have. This dome of high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere centered on the eastern part of the country. They've been heating up across parts of the southeast, and today and into tomorrow, we're watching our temperatures begin to warm up as well. Well, this area of high pressure, it's essentially going to retrograde back to the west as we move through the rest of today into tomorrow. So you've heard me talk about just how warm Saturday is going to be. This right here is the reason why. But as we move towards next week, it starts to slide over towards the south and east. This allows the jet stream to work its way into our part of the country, but it's got to go up and around this area of high pressure. This is why we call it the Ring of Fire, because your showers and thunderstorms work along the edge of that. So as we move in the next week, we're going to see greater chances of showers and thunderstorms. I want to show you future track. I've blurred out the Ring of Fire just a little bit, but check out how the rain chances are all on the edge of that into parts of next week. This is what we're going to be watching, especially as we start to move into your Monday and Tuesday. That being said, we do have a storm chance out there today as well, but as you plan it, it's going to be isolated and into the afternoon. Temperatures should top out into the upper 70s to right around 80. You may see a ray of sunshine or 2, but tomorrow, that's the warmest day. That's likely our driest day. We'll be topping out around 87. With the humidity, it's going to feel like temperatures are into the 90s at times tomorrow. But this is an outdoor taste of summer kind of day. Have that cookout as we move into tomorrow. By Sunday, we're starting out with sunshine, but we are going to notice showers and thunderstorms returning to the picture as we start to move into Sunday afternoon. Some of those could be on the stronger side towards the north. Most of Saturday is going to be dry, but we are also watching a chance for a stronger storm or 2 today. Not everyone's going to see it, but that chance is going to be there. It's humid as you head out the door. Temperatures are mild, though. We're at 71 with a mix of sun and clouds out there. 70 for Janesville. The Dells, good morning to you guys at 69. Here we are showing you just how isolated those chances for showers and thunderstorms are going to be as we go throughout the weekend. Tomorrow we'll see more in the way of sunshine, but again, temperatures are going to be warm into the afternoon. We'll keep those 80s around all the way through the weekend and into early next week before we're a little bit cooler by the end of next week.
Seriously, I'm going to have Johnny Cash in my head all day long now. Yeah. Thank you, Chris Reese.
My pleasure.
Loved ones are remembering the life and legacy of a renowned tennis player and Madison community leader.
Yeah, John Powlus died yesterday at the age of 88. He was a former head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team. He also started the John Powlus Tennis Center and coached tennis as well. Dan Smith wrote a book about Powlus and his countless memories, recalling Powlus was named Senior Tennis Player of the 20th Century.
But, you know, he could have also been named the gentleman of the 20th century and the 21st century. I mean, it's great to have all these accolades and all these, I won this, I won that, I won this. But John Powlus, what was most important to him was hitting balls with his son and his friends.
Now, Powlus does leave behind 2 kids and several grandchildren. In a statement, UW Athletics said that Powlus lived a long and fascinating life and will be remembered for his friendly nature and presence in the Madison community.
6:05 right now. State Republicans have voted against buying body cameras for Capitol police officers, rejecting a proposal from Governor Evers. That panel voting 12-4 on party lines to reject spending up to $100,000 over 2 years on between 35 to 50 body cameras. The fate of $1.9 billion to fortify the U.S. Capitol is left divided and left the Senate divided as the House narrowly approves the budget. The work will be done as a reaction to the January 6th insurrection. Democrats pushing past opposition from Republicans and some other Democrats to provide emergency funding to harden the complex with a retractable fencing, a quick response force, and police training. That legislation passed by 1 vote.
Monona Grove is pleading with lawmakers this morning to allow transgender athletes to play on teams they identify with.
They have the same civil rights as other kids.
Right now, there are 2 bills in committees and have yet to pass on to floor debate. These bills would force Wisconsin athletes from any public school in the state to play with their biological sex. Monona Grove, though, has done the opposite, unanimously passing a resolution for transgender youth in its community.
Not only is this our school's policy, it's also the policy of the WIAA, the NCAA, even the Olympics have allowed transgender athletes to participate.
Fox says she plans on sending a letter and their resolution to lawmakers in the coming days in hopes of changing their minds.
Right now, local activists are reaching out to Senator Tammy Baldwin, encouraging the inclusion of undocumented immigrants in the next pandemic recovery bill. They also want to champion citizenship for essential immigrant workers and their families.
We all know somebody who's like undocumented, whether we know it or not. And like I think about like what it means to navigate life, not being able to share that information. My friends and family that are undocumented immigrants, like they work hard. They deserve to be part of that recovery.
Organizers say 3 in 4 undocumented workers in the U.S. are essential workers who have been on the front lines through the pandemic. Speakers talked about the intersectionality of the immigrant and LGBTQ+ communities, especially transgender immigrants who are left vulnerable to violence. Last night, Senator Baldwin issuing a statement in response. She says now is the time to seize the opportunity to get comprehensive immigration reform done using whatever legislative path possible.
The WIAA Track and Field State Championships set to return to La Crosse next month. The event was canceled last year because of the pandemic. The championship, though, set to have a $2 million impact to the La Crosse community. The WIAA has set some guidelines that will allow 5,500 people to be in attendance each day. Division III will be June 24th. June 25th is for Division II, and Division I is on the 26th.
East Troy, Wisconsin native Stephanie Roble has her eyes set on Olympic gold this morning.
Feel so much love from our Midwest community, and
Stephanie is a skipper on the U.S. sailing team. She's currently in Europe preparing for the Tokyo Games. As a sailor, weather plays a big factor in that sport, of course. The last time she competed in Japan, it was a rainy and bumpy ride, but nothing can stop Stephanie from the thought of standing on that Olympic podium.
I am inspired by that thought every single day and have been for the last 5 years. And of course, it's the absolute dream of mine is to bring home an Olympic medal.
The Olympic Games set to start in just over 2 months on July 23rd after being postponed due to the pandemic last year. Always cool to see a local face on there.
I love these stories, so I know who to root for.
There you go. A lot of talent. Well, as parents start to sign their kids up for summer camp, doctors say they should keep in mind each camp is going to have its own COVID protocols.
Yeah, the CDC recently put out some new COVID-19 safety guidelines for youth day camps and overnight camps. Some of those include hand washing, cleaning and disinfecting, getting camp staff vaccinated, physical distancing for unvaccinated kids, with little mixing between groups to control variants. We talked with Madison Mom's blog about how moms and parents are feeling about their kids participating.
Summer, many of us stayed home, and this is a good opportunity for kids to be able to explore. And a lot of places have really great protocols in place. They've had time to prepare, and there's a lot of really good opportunities in the Madison area.
The CDC says regardless of the level of COVID-19 community transmissions, camp programs should implement prevention strategies until younger children are eligible to get vaccinated.
There will be some differences at camps in Madison this summer, though. Madison's Best summer camp plans to be outdoors most of the day to help keep up with that social distancing and keeping the kids active. Others, like Entrepreneurship Camp, parents can choose from virtual or in person or either morning or afternoon sessions.
Yeah, keep in mind a lot of these summer camps opened up for registration a few weeks ago, so some of them might be running out of space if they're not out already. Coming up, how world leaders are trying to build on the peace in the Middle East.
We're in, we're out, we're back on the road. Let's go. Here we go. Pick them up, put them down. Get on in there, get a snack, go to the bathroom. Everybody goes to the bathroom. Just make sure the cat goes to the bathroom. We are not stopping anywhere else. The youth will go to the bathroom. Wait, who's that guy? When did we pick him up? All right.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
3 days only. Save an extra $700 on top appliance brands at Grand Appliances pre-Memorial Day sale. Get the guaranteed lowest prices on hundreds of in-stock appliances, including great deals like this Samsung front-load washer with steam for just $6.98, or this 25 cubic foot LG French door refrigerator for just $14.98. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
We've got the power!
I'm home.
Daddy! Are you making my favorite?
Happy birthday, dear Grandma.
Just higher!
Come on, boy. Let's go outside.
Sprinklers protect what fire will destroy. Whether you live in a house or a high-rise, protect it with fire sprinklers. Fire sprinklers buy time. Time buys life. Learn more at firesprinklersbylife.com.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Are you tired of hearing it's not in stock? Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture has a huge selection of in-stock inventory available for immediate pickup or delivery. A1 has the lowest prices around. Plus, with the A1 Instant Rebate, you get $50 off of every $500 spent. This 5-piece living room set for just $9.99. Name brand mattresses in stock like this Queen Pillow Top, just $3.99.
Shop in-store or online and save with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Here you go. Thanks. No problem. You guys, stop yelling.
A fragile peace is now in place in the Middle East after more than 2 weeks of escalating violence between Israel and Hamas.
World leaders hoping to build on that peace if it can last. Here's CBS's Laura Podesta.
A ceasefire between Israel and Hamas went into effect early this morning. The agreement ended a week-and-a-half-long conflict that left 12 dead in Israel and claimed the lives of at least 230 Palestinians. President Biden welcomed the announcement and said it could serve as a starting point for a lasting peace in the region.
I believe we have a genuine opportunity to make progress, and I'm committed to working for it.
The president said the U.S. would help rearm Israel's Iron Dome, the missile defense system credited with limiting casualties. Mr. Biden also promised to send humanitarian aid to Gaza.
We will do this in full partnership with the Palestinian Authority, not Hamas, the Authority, in a manner that does not permit Hamas to simply restock its military arsenal.
Both sides claimed victory despite the lopsided death toll. In Gaza City, Palestinians took to the streets to celebrate the end of the fighting. A statement from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hailed the operation against Hamas as significant and unprecedented.
I don't think Israel has achieved much. I mean, there are no agreements about the future, nothing.
The government of Egypt brokered the ceasefire deal. Egyptian diplomats will head to Israel and Gaza to ensure that it's enforced and to work on a more durable solution. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
All right, News 3 Now is your vaccine information headquarters. And if you're looking to get a vaccine today in Madison, the Goodman Center is hosting another walk-up clinic. It's the last first shot clinic that they are planning to hold. They're going to have the Pfizer shot so anyone 12 and older can get it. The second dose is going to be administered next month. The clinic will run from 5 to 7 o'clock. It's at the center's Ironworks building on Wabisa Street.
6:15 on a Friday morning. We made it to the end of the week, and it's a summer Friday. We're declaring it, Chris.
Summer Friday, indeed. We're talking temperatures that are going to be into the upper 80s by the time we move towards tomorrow. Go swimming. We're talking showers and thunderstorms, the humidity. You nailed it, Josh. It's a summer Friday out there. We are seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms right now. Most of that has been towards our north and west. Folks, this is where most of the shower and thunderstorm activity has been for the past couple of days. There's a reason for that, but that's also where it's going to stay as we move into the weekend and into tomorrow as well. That being said, we all have a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, for strong, severe thunderstorms as we start to move into the afternoon. The reason for that, I expect just enough heat and instability for some isolated popcorn thunderstorms to go up. But with that being said, we're only talking a few weak wind gusts or an isolated spin-up tornado. This is not a widespread big deal, but do be on guard if a shower or thunderstorm pops up near you this afternoon for the possibility of it to be severe. Guys?
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. We are in the 608 this morning with a way that you can give back this weekend. You can help stuff the squad for Mom. That's the Middleton Outreach Ministry. Mom hosts one of the largest food pantries in Dane County. Nearly half of those served through Mom are children. You can join the Middleton Police Department on Sunday from 9 to noon at the Pick and Save in Middleton. And coming up here in our next half hour, we're going to be speaking with Community Awareness Officer Tom Wilson with the Middleton Police Department about what you can do to help them out. Or you can also go to channel3000.com to learn more as well. Well, everyone is awesome in Lego World this morning. The toy maker releasing its first LGBTQ-themed set next month to celebrate Pride. I love to see this. It's called Everyone is Awesome. It has 346 pieces, including 11 figures, each with an assigned rainbow color. Lego says the model was inspired by the classic rainbow flag to symbolize solidarity with the LGBTQ community.
Cool, love it. So Microsoft is saying goodbye to its iconic web browser. Microsoft is ending support for Internet Explorer 11 next year. Explorer debuted in 1995. It was once the world's most used browser, but Microsoft now says it's too slow, less secure, and no longer compatible for most tasks. Windows users will still have access to Microsoft Edge, the company's modern browser.
From one web giant to another, Google planning to open its first physical store. The company says the store will be called Google Store and open this summer in New York. It will employ experts to help with tech issues, broken screens, and installations. The store will also sell Google products.
The Biden administration cracking down now on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. There's a new rule from the Treasury Department that will require crypto transactions worth $10,000 or more to be reported to the IRS. A similar rule already exists for cash transactions. The department said the new regulation is intended to reduce illegal activity including tax evasion.
Well, taking more steps could be a pathway to living a longer life. That includes uninterrupted walking for 10 minutes or longer, or shorter spurts like climbing stairs. Researchers in North Carolina tracked more than 16,000 women and found fewer deaths among those who took more steps each day.
There you go. Well, happening today, Apple CEO Tim Cook is set to make his first appearance in federal court. The Apple CEO will be defending the tech company against Epic Games in an antitrust lawsuit. Apple removed Epic's game Fortnite after the company created its own payment system, which Apple forbids. Cook has undergone hours of mock questioning to prepare for today.
Well, we are learning more about Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Sarah Bareilles this morning.
You'd played the Hollywood Bowl. You'd played Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That was a pretty great tour.
Wild. It was wild. Venues that I only ever dreamed about.
Yeah.
For someone like me who's really like, it's been very grassroots my whole career. Worked my ass off. That felt like a milestone moment.
Ahead on CBS this morning, Sarah's talking about her new album, whether she might take the stage in a Waitress Broadway revival, and the surprise call from Tina Fey that helped her get through the pandemic. That'll be an interesting conversation.
Now I'll be tuning in. Coming up next, a special surprise for a special birthday.
And we also continue to monitor updates from that breaking news in Janesville as 2 men were found dead overnight.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Vitance Golfland.
Admit it, you just don't have time for mowing. At Barnes, we do. We take pride in our attention to details, from planting to pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Barnes since 1981. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
Hey, sandwich fan. New Denny's melts belong in your hands. Patty melts a classic. Big Dipper, fantastic. Nashville hot chicken, bombastic. 4 melts grilled to please. And now you can join our team. Apply at Denny's today.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes. In the Fitchburg area, contact Tarkenton Brothers Heating, Ventilating, and Air Conditioning for quality comfort solutions.
Easy tools on the Chase mobile app. Simplicity feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Step 1, build a new breed. Make it an SUV. Send it off-road. Send it to Baja. Then evolve, enhance, expand. Make it capable, smart, human. And then make more. Because the only way to predict the future is to build it. And the only way to build it is Ford Proud. See your Ford dealer to build and pre-order a select SUV, like the new Bronco Sport, and get an additional $500 bonus certificate on top of all offers.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the Memorial Sale at Slumberland. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our Memorial Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge Memorial Sale at Slumberland.
Nobody says it better than our young fans.
Uncle Chacha. Cooper Waffles. Cooper Waffles. And one call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all.
Gruber Offices. One call, that's all.
Admit it, you just don't have time for mowing. At Barnes, we do. We take pride in our attention to details, from planting to pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Barnes since 1981. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
We want to thank Liz for sharing her morning with us. She's got a crazy-looking mushroom growing somewhere, maybe in her yard, but I have never seen a mushroom like this.
Look at the detail. That is a close-up shot there.
I know. It's like little curly shingles on top of the mushroom. There.
It's like a little roof. Maybe some ants living under there.
Yeah, you get a little gnome house. Maybe a great roof for a little gnome house. Hey, Liz, great picture. Thanks for sharing it. You do it often, and we do appreciate it. We want to see your pictures, folks. Snap a picture and send it to one of our social media pages. Just make sure you use the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
All right, check this out this morning. PGA pro Sebastian Munoz hit one right into the hole on 18 at the PGA Championship. Only problem is, that hole was a garbage can. The ball can be seen flying right at the crowd. When it lands, they all celebrate as it lays in the trash. You can see them looking there. No, the ball was eventually given to a fan. Hey, I think that's even better than a hole-in-one.
You gotta play it as it lies.
Hey, why not? At least it didn't hit somebody, right? Right in the trash. Kind of like my game sometimes.
Yeah, there you go. Good one. That's a cool moment. Hey, Chris Reese, what do we have here? Chris Reese, little weather for us, if you could, before we go to break.
Yeah, absolutely. We are tracking some showers and thunderstorms out there right now. We'll keep an eye on these as we go through the weekend.
All right, Chris, thank you. Stay with us. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that. And we've got another half hour when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hi, I'm Crystal the Pistol. Goldwyn Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with new body-style GMC Terrain starting at $22,995 or $350 per month. That's right, Goldwyn Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with great deals on 2018 GMC Terrains. So hurry in today to get your great deal and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Goldwyn. Go to Goldwyn Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldwyn, GoldwynCars.com.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like, you got to leave it on for 30 minutes, and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on, and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip in your mouth for 30 minutes.
I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, I'm one of those people I'm like obsessed with white teeth. The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Show off your white smile this Memorial Day and call for your 5-minute solution. Order Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free. Plus, you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
We're going to get to the herd immunity as quickly as possible.
Right now, we're learning more information from UW Health Services this morning about some new solutions. That's coming up.
And of course, we are still tracking drought conditions throughout southern parts of Wisconsin, but could more rain chances be on the way into next week? We have the latest in the First Warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Ryder. Leah Linscheid will be back on Monday.
All right, we start with breaking news this morning in Rock County in Janesville right now, where 2 bodies were found by authorities late last night. Taylor Lazenby is live outside of the mobile home park where this happened this morning. Taylor, what's the update?
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. We're here live outside of 1100 Kellogg Avenue where police say 2 men were found shot. Now, we haven't heard any new updates with them so far. We've been contacting Janesville Police Department to get an update. They say we can expect one later on this morning or maybe as early as this afternoon. But what we do know is that we know that witnesses told police that they heard gunshots, but we don't know if those gunshots were related to this incident as of yet. Now, police say it was an isolated incident and the public is currently no longer at danger. Now, guys, of course, we are going to continue to follow this story as we learn more results from this. And, of course, we will keep you updated on air and, of course, online on our website. That's at channel3000.com.
All right, Taylor Lazenby, thank you. Kyle Rittenhouse making his last court appearance ahead of his November trial today. This will be his first in-person appearance in court as COVID protocols have kept all previous court appearances online. He is accused of shooting and killing 2 people in Kenosha last August during protest. He faces charges of homicide and reckless endangerment. And we are learning new information this morning about a fatal crash yesterday evening on the east side. The Wisconsin State Patrol now says that a 29-year-old woman from Madison was killed. Troopers say she was merging into traffic when a semi hit her car. She died at the scene. The driver of the vehicle she was in was taken to the hospital, and he is expected to be okay.
Switching to the race to vaccinate here in the state, 40% of Wisconsinites are now fully vaccinated this morning. 46% have gotten at least 1 dose. Now, that's still not enough for doctors, so leaders across the state are coming up with new ways to get shots into arms. Milwaukee County launching a free at-home COVID-19 vaccine program. The initiative is called Healthy Homes, a way to provide the vaccines to people who have difficulty leaving their home. It was made possible by a $200,000 grant from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
It shouldn't be the case that you aren't vaccinated or that your general health care takes a bad turn just because you cannot get access.
The county is working with 8 different organizations to deliver the at-home vaccines to anyone who might need that service. Well, right now, wildfires near the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota continue to burn this morning. Officials there with the Superior National Forest say about 950 acres have burned already. The remote area of the fire is making it difficult for crews to get there and contain it. So far, only a few cabins and some sheds have been damaged. Officials say some rain in that area has helped out a bit.
And we do have some rain in our forecast as we get you ready for the weekend. Chris Reese here now with Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning. We are watching a potential for some stronger thunderstorms as we move into the afternoon. This dark green shading that you see right here, this is a marginal risk for severe storms. That's level 1 out of 5. That's mainly this afternoon. My expectation is that we're going to see isolated pop-up thunderstorms. You get the afternoon warmth, the afternoon humidity. A few storms may go up. We're talking maybe a few high wind gusts and a weak spin-up tornado as being our primary threats. In fact, you break down the threats. You see that low risk for the tornado and the wind. Hail is incredibly low, so we're not really focused on the potential for that. But here's how things may play out as we look forward into the afternoon. This is this morning. Temperatures are into the 70s already, but we get you towards the afternoon and evening. Here's what I'm talking about. Temperatures will be near 80. You see the isolated showers of thunderstorms developing, and most of that's going to be towards our north and west. But we start to look forward towards tomorrow. We wake up with sunshine. We're going to see a mix of sun and clouds for your Saturday. Temperatures could warm up into the upper 80s. There's a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but that better risk is going to work its way into the picture as we move towards Sunday afternoon, developing towards the north and then pushing southward. There's a potential for some stronger storms as we move into Sunday as well. But we're tracking the showers out there this morning. Most of them have been to our north and west. And as we look at the country as a whole, there's a reason for that. Look at how quiet the eastern half of the country is. Folks, this is that ring of fire set up setup that I've been talking about all morning, truly impacting our weather. And as we move into next week, watch how that slides towards the south and east. This is going to lead to more chances for showers of thunderstorms on the edge of this dome of high pressure, and that is where Wisconsin is going to be. So as we start to show you the precipitation, look at this. We're dry over the southeastern part of the country. Your rain chances are all going to be on the edge of that, including right here throughout southern parts of Wisconsin into early next week. We're going to be watching this setup closely because we all know we need the rain, especially given the drought that we are in. And there's no shortage of rain chances in the forecast. Just because you have the rain chance doesn't mean we're necessarily going to end the moderate to severe drought that we have. But nonetheless, rain chances do exist today, a slight chance tomorrow through the weekend and into parts of next week as well. We'll keep temperatures in the 80s through Tuesday.
All right, Chris, thank you. Continuing our conversation about hate this morning. About half of Wisconsin's counties have charged a hate crime in the last 5 years. News 3 Now investigative reporter Naomi Coles has been digging into the police reports on 5 years of charging data. Her reporting is sharing the scope and reach of hate crimes in Wisconsin today and the missteps and underreporting that still plague the system. Now she's talking to advocates about solutions.
We have to go back to the roots of this, right? What's going on in the homes? What's being allowed in schools?
Hate is not a Republican issue. It's not a Democrat issue. It's a human issue.
Tonight at 6, join Naomi as she wraps up this week of coverage. She'll be joined by 5 people representing both criminal justice and marginalized communities.
Well, time is running out to sign up your kids for a lot of area summer camps that are filling up fast after so many children spent a year away from other kids. Sending kids to camp isn't cheap, though. Madison school camps run anywhere from $72 to $1,200, depending on what's involved at the camp. MMSD does have vouchers in place for families who may require assistance. Parenting expert Elisa Sleep says there's no time to waste when it comes to signing up for camps.
A lot of camps did fill up quickly this year. The good news is that there are so many options, dozens and dozens of options. So if your first choice is full, there's a good chance that there's going to be another camp available within that same category or realm.
If you're still looking for some camps and activities for your kids this summer, MadisonMom.com has a lot of options.
Yeah, some of them are filling up fast. You still could find some spots, though, out there. It's going to look a little bit different, but they are doing what they can to give kiddos some options this summer.
Yeah, such an evolving process. Every day we're learning new information.
You said it.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside on a Friday morning. Hot and humid out there. We've been talking about that ring of fire this morning. News 3 Now superfan Roxy is sending me the video from Johnny Cash, of course, so thank you, Roxy. Chris is going to have more on that and how it's going to play into the weather this weekend coming up.
And we are live in Janesville this morning at the scene where officers found 2 bodies. We will check in with our reporter outside of the mobile home park.
It may be a little harder to do the wave at Major League ballparks this season because of social distancing. Coming up on CBS this morning, we'll show you some of the other big changes.
The best Memorial Day mattress deals start now at Ashley Home Store. Shop top brand doorbuster beds like these up to 60% off while they last. And get the best deal in the country on Tempur-Pedic, plus 6 years interest-free. And free delivery guaranteed within 5 days on in-stock beds. Ashley Home Store.
When an inland hurricane called the Derecho cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, we learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
Advanced non-small cell lung cancer can change everything, but your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, test positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Opdivo plus Yervoy is the only FDA-approved combination of 2 immunotherapies. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more starry nights, more sparkly days, more big notes, more small treasures, more family dinners, more private desserts. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance for more horizons, a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about chemo-free Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all involved in our clinical trials.
The biggest sale of the season starts now. It's the Memorial Day sale at Ashley Home Store. Shop in-stock doorbusters up to 60% off while they last. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices. And no interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Don't make me go get that whip and tie you to the tree, just like they used to do your ancestors.
Disgusting, violent threats, brutal attacks on innocent people. Hate crime is surging in our communities.
In order for us to stop history from repeating itself, at some point we have to confront it.
Naomi Coles combs through hundreds of pages of reports and uncovers how far we have to go in combating hate crime in Wisconsin. The State of Hate. News 3 Now investigates tonight at 6.
This morning, employees at UW hospitals and clinics are fighting for a union and are now backed by some Democratic lawmakers. State Senator Melissa Agard and State Representative Lisa Sabeck joined nurses to introduce the Union Voice for Quality Care at UW Health Act. The goal is to give nurses and employees a seat at the table to solve systemic problems that emerged even before the pandemic.
All this time, UW Health administration has claimed that we don't need a union, and that our quote-unquote shared governance will provide avenues to address all of our concerns. Well, I was the chair of a shared governance council for years, sometimes attending 3 meetings a month with executive or nursing leaders. Almost all the issues of substance that nurses cared about, including safe staffing, were not addressed by this group.
The UW Nurses Union expired in 2014. Then the UW Hospitals and Clinics Authority Board refused to negotiate a new agreement, citing Act 10.
Emergency medical workers in New Glarus say that they need some more money to continue offering life-saving services. So they're trying to raise $1.5 million through a new campaign. Officials with the New Glarus area EMS say they need some new equipment, ambulances, and living quarters. The department relies on fundraisers and donations just to operate their emergency services. So if you can help out, they have a GoFundMe page set up. You can find a link at channel3000.com.
Well, some exciting news for families in Rock County this morning. Janesville getting into the summer spirit. City officials say they're going to be opening the pools next month. Palmer Wading Pool will open June 5th and Rockport Pool will open on the 10th. COVID-19 protocols like physical distancing and increased cleaning will be implemented.
Well, the only high school in Dane County focusing on students recovering from addiction is expanding. Horizon High School, which educates teens in recovery from alcohol, drugs, even mental health. Well, they cut the ribbon on a new facility yesterday. Previously, they had just 1 classroom, a bathroom, and an office. And now, thanks to a generous donation from C.G. Schmidt, the school has 4 bathrooms, 2 classrooms, 3 offices, a kitchen, a laundry room, a food pantry, and even an art space.
What we do is much different. We save lives. I mean, these kids come really broken to us, and they're young, and they're lost, and they're depressed, and they're addicted to drugs or alcohol or both, and mental health is through the roof. So we're kind of a 24/7 school, more like a family.
Right now, 17 students attend the school.
All right, 6:42 right now. Zookeepers and scientists around the world are pretty excited about this next story.
A red-bellied lemur just born at the British Zoo. This is pretty significant because the species is currently on the vulnerable to extinction list. And it's oh so cute. The baby's gender is not identified. It weighs just about 70 grams, which is about the same as a banana. Oh, it's just adorable. So we've been thinking of famous lemurs and things that had lemurs in them. Madagascar, and what's the name of that show that you guys watched when you were kids?
Zoboomafoo.
Zoboomafoo.
It's hard to say. Hey, that was a show that Chris Reese and I watched as kids.
Chris Reese, I bet it had a theme song. Do you know it?
Oh, it did. Me and you and Zabooma Foo.
Yes.
Yep. Best one.
I just think of Madagascar with the I like to move it, move it.
They did. I think they did a short just about the lemurs.
They did, yeah.
From Madagascar.
They're cute.
That's good stuff. They are
Their
pretty
eyeballs
adorable.
are a little weird looking, though. I don't know if I like them so much, but.
They look super fluffy. So some good news there about the red-bellied lemur. So Chris Reese, how's that forecast looking today?
Hey, the weekend forecast is one thing that we're always tracking, and I'll tell you what, it's the tale of a taste of summer moving into the weekend. You see that high temperature behind me on Saturday, right around 87 degrees. That being said, I've got the boating forecast. We like to get out on the lakes here in Madison. This is going to be a weekend to do it. Temperature's going to be up there. Sunday will top out around 85. We keep the humidity around, but we're going to be talking showers of thunderstorms moving in by the end of Saturday. Here's our upper air pattern. We've been calling it the Ring of Fire. It starts to break down a little bit early next week, leading to more chances for showers and thunderstorms. But this overall setup is why most of our shower and storm chances have been to our north and west as we have gone through the past couple of days. That being said, headed out the door this morning, it's mild. Lots of us are in the 70s. We're at 71 right now in Madison. And as you plan out your day, folks, look for temperatures warming up to close to 80 today. I can't rule out isolated showers or storms this afternoon.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. We are in the 608 this morning with a way you can give back this weekend. You can help stuff the squad for mom. That's the Middleton Outreach Ministry. Community Awareness Officer Tom Wilson joining us now from the Middleton Police Department with more on this. Tom, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
So talk a little bit about how folks can help stuff the squad for mom this weekend.
Well, on Sunday at the Pick and Save at 6800 Century Avenue in Middleton, we will be out in front of the store collecting different food and monetary donations for the ministry. All items collected, we're going to pack all into our squad car, and all of them are going to get personally delivered over to the Middleton Outreach Ministry. We'll be there from 9 a.m. to noon on Sunday.
What kind of stuff are you looking for as far as donations go?
Well, the ministry puts out their top 10 needed items, and these are the items right now that they're in need of. When people come to the store, we will be handing out a piece of paper of specific items they need. Some of these items, canned vegetables, salt, barbecue sauce, but they also need other items as well, like baby wipes, hand soap, paper towels, Kleenex, and other items like that.
As a police department, why is it so important for you guys to work with organizations such as MOM?
Well, MOM is just a great organization that helps out so many people, not only in the Middleton community, but surrounding communities as well. So, and it's just, we always want to give back to the community as best we can.
All right, Officer Tom Wilson with Middleton Police Department joining us this morning. Tom, we thank you very much and keep doing some good stuff over there. We appreciate it. For more information, you can go up to channel3000.com right now and let me know what inspires you, and it might be featured here on News 3 Now this morning. You can reach out on social media or email us at inthe608@wisctv.com for a chance to be featured. I love this. There are so many ways to give back here in the community and so many different organizations working with one another too.
Sounds like a good one happened on Sunday.
There you go. 6:47 right now, ahead in the morning sprint. We do continue to follow that breaking news out of Janesville this morning.
But first, we want to say happy birthday to Asher and Connor and Hadley. Everybody turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The biggest sale of the season starts now. It's the Memorial Day sale at Ashley Home Store. Shop in-stock doorbusters up to 60% off while they last. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices. And no interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Refresh your space and save now at H&R Carpets and Flooring. Our renewable, recyclable flooring by Shaw Floors is easy care. It's perfect for kids and pets, couples that cook, and for those that love the comfort of home. Tile, soft carpets, and stunning hardwood. Is it time for new flooring at your house? Refresh your space now and save up to $1,000. Plus, get special financing for up to 36 months. Come see us at H&R Carpets and Flooring in Wanakee.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from all the rest. You know her anywhere. Where she's mine. Yeah, she's mine. My Miss Lindy. She's my Lindy. My only Lindy. Well, I love that little girl.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
We've got the power.
It's frozen, yet it's a Coke. It's not solid, but also not a liquid. Frozen drinks from McDonald's. They're a paradox of deliciousness. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now at McDonald's, try our new medium frozen Coke for $1.69, or try our refreshing medium Minute Maid slushie for just $2. Download our app and pick it up curbside.
Summer starts here at East Madison Toyota. We've just received 9 truckloads of inventory. That's 9 truckloads of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, while the other guys are running dry. East Madison Toyota is stocking up with 9 truckloads of inventory. All priced to sell during the Summer Starts Here event at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
Medical bills, missed time at work, life-changing injuries, household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
The Memorial Day appliance deals start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save huge during the biggest sale of the season, including in-stock doorbusters up to 40% off, plus no interest financing for 18 months. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Let's get mowing with Barnes.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
And we do have breaking news in Janesville this morning where 2 men are dead. Police say that they responded to reports of shots fired just before 10 o'clock last night. The 2 men were dead by the time officers got there. The bodies were found at 1105 Kellogg Avenue. That's the south end, just 4 blocks from Edison Middle School. We're working right now to gather some more information. Police do say that there are no further threats to the community right now. And we will continue to update this story at channel3000.com and on our news app.
A ceasefire between Israel and Hamas went into effect early this morning. That agreement ending a week-and-a-half-long conflict that left 12 dead in Israel and claimed the lives of at least 230 Palestinians. President Biden says the U.S. would help rearm Israel's missile defense system. He has also promised to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. Even after that ceasefire was announced, pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian protesters took to Times Square. Video from there shows police trying to keep the 2 groups of protesters separated using barricades. New York police arrested multiple protesters.
Monona Grove forging a path forward for its transgender athletes. In Wisconsin, there are 2 bills in committee that would force public school athletes to play on sports teams of their sex assigned at birth. Monona Grove has done the opposite, though, unanimously passing a resolution for transgender youth in its community, allowing them to play on the teams of their gender identity. In an executive order, the president directed federal agencies to analyze and mitigate the risk climate change poses on homeowners, consumers, businesses, and the federal government. The order directs the White House advisors to develop a strategy within 6 months.
The Bucs are starting their playoff run tomorrow afternoon against the Miami Heat. Tip-off is set for 1 o'clock, but if you head to the Milwaukee area, you could attend a watch party. Fans can gather at the Deer District to watch the big game. On the big screen, we're told masks are required and social distancing will be enforced.
Southwest Airlines will resume selling alcohol on flights next month. Sales have been on hold for the pandemic. It'll start selling alcohol on continental flights and flights to Hawaii on June 24th. Flights of more than 251 miles will have alcoholic drinks back starting July 14th. Microsoft saying goodbye to its iconic web browser. Microsoft says that it's ending support for Internet Explorer 11 next year. Explorer debuted in 1995 and was once the world's most used browser, but Microsoft says it's just too slow now, less secure, and no longer compatible for most tasks. Windows users will still have access to Microsoft Edge, the company's modern browser.
Janesville is getting ready for summer as city officials are getting ready to open the city's pools soon. Palmer Wading Pool will open June 5th and Rockport Pool will open on the 10th. COVID protocols like physical distancing and increased cleaning will be implemented at the pools. Employees at UW hospitals and clinics fighting for a union are now backed by some Democratic lawmakers. The UW Nurses Union expired in 2014. Then the UW Hospitals and Clinics Authority Board refused to negotiate a new agreement, citing Act 10. The union voice for quality care at UW Health Act is meant to give nurses and employees a seat at the table to solve systemic problems that emerged even before the pandemic.
Well, here come the cicadas.
No.
After 17 years, the cicadas are just starting to emerge from the ground across the southeast. Scientists say after its birth, the insects retreat underground and eat tree and plant roots, but every 17 years, they come back above ground and shed their shells and head to the treetops to mate. The process is already beginning, and scientists are expecting billions of the light insects to emerge in the coming weeks.
Creepy little things.
Yeah.
Well, we are also talking about Google this morning, planning to open its first physical store. The company says the store will be called Google Store and open this summer in New York. It will employ experts to help with tech issues, broken screens, and installations. That store will also sell Google products. To the Flamingos now, Forward Madison allowing full capacity at home games this summer. Starting June 12th, that team will have nearly all seats available for you at Breese Stevens Field. Single game tickets for the season already on sale this morning. You can find them on the team's website.
And we are watching the severe thunderstorm outlook as we go through the next 3 days. We have a marginal risk for severe storms out there today and again on Sunday. Tomorrow's slight chance of showers or tomorrow's slight chance of showers or storms generally would all be non-severe. But today I'm looking for isolated pop-up storms this afternoon. A few high wind gusts and an isolated spin-up tornado cannot be ruled out. Our weather pattern continues to be ruled by what is known as the ring of fire. This is a dome of heat in the atmosphere, but your shower and thunderstorm chances really are forced to rotate around it as that ring of fire pushes towards the south and east next week. Our chances for showers and thunderstorms will be on the increase. In fact, here's future track precipitation. Watch out, all of the accumulated rainfall is really on the edge of where that dome of high pressure would be, and that does mean more rain chances for us here in the Badger State into early next week. We all know that we need it. Temperature-wise today, we'll be warming up into the upper 70s to near 80. I can't rule out an isolated shower or storm this afternoon. Tomorrow, hit the lake. We're warming all the way up to 87 degrees, 85 with showers and storms arriving Sunday afternoon.
All right, Chris, thank you. And thanks for joining us. Lee Linscheid back on Monday, and I'll be back in the 608. We'll have a good weekend.